Plaintiff Taz Johnson says the defendant found her on social media, and he was so desperate to meet her in person that he intentionally hit her car. Taz claims the defendant then posted on social media that God brought them together, but she's suing because she wants him to pay for the car damages. Defendant Tyvell Emerson insists Taz is the one who messaged him first on social media, and after the accident they spent 4 days together, and Taz even showed him her bikini wax. Tyvell claims Taz is overcharging him for the damages.
Start with you.
Well, men do a lot of crazy things to meet women, but this is by far one of the most craziest I've ever had to deal with. Mr. Emerson hit my car. Prior to him hitting me, he was in multiple of my social media inboxes. He followed me on multiple social media outlets like Instagram, Facebook, everything, and he was trying to approach me on there. It wasn't until the day after the accident that I realized he was making posts about how God brought us together through the accident.
After the accident?
Yes, how God brought us together and how he hit this beautiful woman and all of this. I do styling in Chicago for a lot of the local shops, and then I am also a bottle service girl for a couple of the clubs here. So I think he definitely catch on to my social media that I use for my business and growing my business, and he was definitely trying to approach me on there previous to the accident.
You think he did this, whatever we're alleging he did, and that is hit you because he wanted to meet you?
Yes, I definitely feel that way.
Because he knew of you.
Yeah, it wasn't until after the accident, which was that day after, and I got on Facebook and his stuff started coming up through my profile of him posting hey, I met this pretty girl. She's so beautiful. I wish we would have met in another time outside of this, but this was God's plan. He brought us together.
Okay, let me hear from you.
DM first.
What's that?
Oh, wow.
She slid in my DM first, Your Honor.
All right. So she tried to talk to you in private first.
Yes.
That's what you're saying? Is that true?
Yes.
Probably, no, it's not true at all.
What were you going to say? Probably
I was
not.
going to say probably not. I was going to say probably not because it didn't happen like that. I hit him up
probably.
She slid in my DM first on Instagram, Your Honor.
That was after the accident.
And told me everything was going to be okay and we was going to fix the situation.
Yeah, she's talking about the accident.
Exactly.
Let me hear from you, your side.
Your Honor, when I bumped into Tajane Johnson, we after that we spent 4 consecutive days together. Upon that time,
After the accident?
after the accident, Your Honor, we spent 4 consecutive days together.
Doing what?
I was driving her around, taking her out. We went to breakfast. I got her lunch. I got her dinner. I even took her to get a wax, Your Honor, a sugar wax.
Yes, Your Honor, he did.
Your Honor, I took her to get a sugar wax. I didn't even know what that meant. I didn't even know what that meant, Your Honor.
Yes.
But
So you were driving Miss Daisy?
yes, Your Honor.
He definitely offered to drive me around, you guys, because my car was not able
right.
to, it was able to drive, but because of the damage that he did, I wasn't able to drive lift.
I like that. You didn't get
So
anywhere with her?
Your Honor,
He
Getting
offered
on
to do
it.
everything.
honestly, after she got done with the wax, she walked back to my car, sat in my passenger seat, and I buttoned her pants, asked me that I want to see the wax job.
And
man.
what'd you
Wow.
say?
I'm a guy. I looked over there, I said, yeah. And then I realized, by looking so sweet, I realized what the name meant, Sugar wax,
Wow, I'm confused.
And that's as far as she went with you?
No, actually, it was another occasion when she invited me up to her apartment. I helped her with her bags. I set the bags in the hallway because I didn't want to go in and, just intrude. And she invited me into her apartment and even tried to
happened?
show me around, but I
Set
left.
the bags
Well,
down,
hold
the
on, man.
groceries.
What happened?
And I walked inside and she was trying to show me the kitchen, show me the rooms and all that stuff. But I stayed in the living room by the door. And then I told her I was going to leave because I left my phone in the car and I was parked in a no parking area. And she told me, they never get nobody tickets right
So
there.
you
can
weren't
stay.
interested in her?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay, I have.
Never been interested in her? Okay.
Not at that point I wasn't.
Oh, have you ever been interested in her?
Yeah, she a nice looking little lady,
All right, so why aren't you still interested? She's still nice looking, isn't she?
Because she turned into a curse instead of a blessing.
How so?
It wasn't
Because-
God's plan.
How so?
Because, after we met with my mechanic guy and we got our estimates, that was on a Tuesday. The accident happened on a Monday. On Friday is when we fell out because I didn't answer the phone because she wanted to go to a party with me.
Oh, wow. The difference between Lyft and him is I have to request a Lyft. I never requested anything.
He's just showing up.
He even offered to pay my rent, and all type of stuff. Like I said, once I let him know that I wasn't interested in him and I just strictly wanted my car to be fixed, after he signed this promissory note stating that he would pay for all the damages.
After we went to my mechanic, Yana.
He took me to a alley mechanic that was doing work out of his garage, and I didn't feel comfortable with that. I also had gotten multiple...
How did the accident happen? Describe what happened.
Well, heading home for me after a long day of work, I was getting dinner from one of the local jerk places by the house. I was going west on 51st Street. He was going south on Dorchester. When the light turned green, I'm passing the green light. He makes a right turn into the right passenger side of my doors, which I do have evidence of that, which pictures of my door. He hit, and it was kind of awkward because he not only hit like the back door, he hit the front and the back door. And that's what I'm saying. It was kind of weird.
Front and the back.
Yes. And he also gave me a fake insurance card that day. He refused to do a police report, and that's where the promissory notes comes in.
Sir, what do you say about the accident?
Okay, so the accident happened, you know,
And then you
I
got the
admit I was
estimates
going
I
through
got.
a yellow light that was turning
So that was
red,
from Mako, everything
and
was
I didn't
coming
look
back.
left because I didn't see any cars coming, and boom, I ran into a car. I admit that guilt. And actually, the promissory note I signed after we went to my mechanic and got an estimate of $700, and
You put that in here?
There was never
she
an
didn't put
agreement
that
on
in
where
there,
we would
but
go.
by us vibing and being cool,
You what?
I didn't really.
We were never vibing.
Vibing.
By us vibing and being cool, I didn't really.
What happened to
read
the
it.
vibe again?
It was the vibe was a non-existent vibe at this point.
see it.
Like I said, this was
I
someone who
got
followed me on
evidence
multiple
right here,
social
Your Honor, that
media
it was a
networks.
vibe. If you
Let's
want
see
to
it, please. Yeah, 'cause she disclaiming you.
Even him
This-
taking me around didn't last long
this
because
is
he was taking
evidence.
pictures of me
This is evidence that she's a cursed
without
blessing.
me even knowing
What's
he
that?
was taking pictures.
Tyvell literally had, this is you, ma'am. Tyvell literally had me smiling with them roses. He's such a great person. I love him.
I love him.
I've never been in such love in my life. Every time he holds me in his arms, I
Holds
just
me in his
melt.
arms. Oh my God.
Melt.
Oh my God.
Then when we were lovemaking,
Love making.
I couldn't stop.
Oh wow. I also have
He's
evidence.
smiling. You know it doesn't say that.
It better not say nothing like that.
Well, I'm just saying you're a great person. And you are. If you agreed to pay the expenses,
Yeah.
sign an agreement, plus send her some roses to show your remorse, that is a great
And that's
person.
all
And
I'm
that's all
saying.
she said. You're a great person.
You know, I feel like he definitely tried to misread everything that I did and make it
Did
seem
you
like
see
it
the
was
second
more
one?
than that.
What does
I
the
have-
second one say?
I
I
have
gave you two
evidence from him talking to his brother about how he wants me on his team. And then I have another set of messages where he took a picture of me at work while we were discussing the promissory note.
Let me see
Didn't
it,
even
please.
know he took a picture of me. You know? Yeah.
The second one, it says from you. The girl I got into a car accident with is actually cute.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even be mad.
Exactly. Your Honor, when I decided I didn't want to, do anything with Tyvell, that's when he was like, oh, take me to court, this and that. And I'm like, you already signed a promissory note.
All right, so your only real defense, sir, is that she wouldn't go with your alley mechanic?
Exactly.
Yeah,
All right, and she doesn't have to do that. Did you get more than one estimate from
Yes,
an
I do. I got it
established
from
mechanic?
Mako. Everything was over $3,000. I ended up finding a good estimate for $1,500. He was not compliant with them. He went up there to the shop and proceeded to get into it with the owners because he felt like I needed to go to his alley mechanic
Right.
for
They was trying
$700,
to
and they're
finesse
giving me
you,
$3,000 estimate.
Yep.
they was trying
And
to
your lost
finesse.
wages is for
Yes,
what?
it was from Lyft. I am also a Lyft driver. I do have the previous
Let's see
9
it,
weeks
please, Doyle.
that I did Lyft, and from the 9 weeks of my car being unable to drive, that's where I got that $1,500 from. Those are the.
Okay, industrious young lady.
Can I speak, Your Honor?
What?
So she really changed her
You
mind.
couldn't even close the deal. You're up in the woman's, by your own admission, you're up in her apartment. She's showing you herself, so you claim. I don't believe that nonsense. She's semi-nude. You still can't close the deal.
Y'all see, he just said 4 days. We was together for 4 whole days.
driving Miss Daisy. That's what you were together doing.
So,
and your
bro.
lift, this is for the lift, and you were unable to drive for how long?
For 9 weeks.
All right, $3,000 is your judgment. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Well, I already deleted her off Instagram and Facebook, so I don't plan on seeing her anymore.
He probably follows me on more than just Instagram and Facebook, but who knows?